Hi, lovelies, and welcome to episode 65 of the Making Stories podcast. I'm Annalisa, your host for today and always, and this is the first time that I'm going live with the podcast. A wonderful friend of mine reminded me that what I said a little earlier this week on Instagram was not technically true. I have gone live on YouTube before. Which was way back when I first started this podcast, and I did interviews with lots of lovely people. So thank you for reminding me of that. I have been away from this space for a little while. If you are a regular viewer, you might have noticed my absence. If you're new, a very, very warm welcome to this crafty space of mine. I decided at the beginning of this year that the regular podcasting schedule that I was running on, which was about every 2 weeks, was not working anymore for me. And so I decided to just play it by ear and record whenever I felt like it, which also hasn't really worked, because then the podcast became something that just, fell off the bottom of my to-do list. And I realized about a week ago, well, I had realized before that I miss being in this space and that I miss being on video. But I realized last week when I did my first live unboxing video for the Sustainable Sock Club, the sock box subscription that I run, how much easier it has gotten to actually go live on YouTube. And one of the things that always made it a bit, not hard, but a bit more exhausting for me to actually go on video, to actually record a podcast, was two things. The setup. I have moved through different spaces, both in our home and in my studio, but I wasn't really happy with any of them. And like setting everything up, remembering to take, I have recorded the last videos over in the studio. So that meant I had to really plan the recording ahead. I had to take all of the things that I wanted to talk about that were in our home over to the studio. I had to remember to take the camera, to take the right lens, then set everything up to my computer. So that was one thing. And then the other thing was the editing. Now, you know that I don't edit my podcasts a ton. I like for you to see me as I am, and not do a ton of editing out strange sentences. And quite frankly, as much as I love those podcasts who produce a lot of B-roll, which is the video term for these quite frankly, as much as I love those podcasts who produce a lot of B-roll, which is the video term for these beautiful little snippets, walking through the woods, recording yourself while you're knitting or spinning. My wonderful friend Marina, who has a fabulous podcast, the Marina Skua podcast, does an absolutely amazing job. This is not for me. I enjoy this part of being on video, recording the video, kind of feeling an interaction with you out there. I don't enjoy the video production. So when I realized, as I did the unboxing video, how much easier it had gotten to go live on YouTube, I put a little poll on Instagram with my idea of doing live podcasts, and the majority of you said that you would want live podcasts instead of pre-recorded. So here we go. We're trying this out. One of the absolute things I absolutely love about being my own boss, running my own business, is I can just try things and experiment with them, which is an invite to you to let me know what you think about the live podcast. This is the second time I have done it in this year, this iteration of me. I have experimented a little bit with the setup. What I didn't like about the unboxing video was it basically just showed my face, nothing of the background. And I quite like, when I watch podcasts, for there to be something going on in the background. And I also experimented a little bit with the lighting. So I have added a ring light. I know it's not super ideal that I'm recording in front of a window, but that's what we're doing for now. I have also connected a different microphone. What's really fun is you can now use your iPhone. Probably you all know that. I did not know that. You can use your iPhone to function as a webcam, which I'm not doing. I'm recording on a different camera. But you can also use it as a microphone. So that's really interesting. One of the things I have already noticed in this new format is the lighting changes. I'm assuming that is because the camera has some sort of auto adjustment going on. So that's something that I'm gonna fix for the next time around. If you have any thoughts, any comments, anything at all that you'd like me to know about this new format, do let me know. I have a whole stack of finished objects that I'm going to share with you today. The title of the episode is Everything I Finished While Recovering from Surgery. You might have read this in a newsletter of mine or in seen it on Instagram, maybe. If you're new to this space, you wouldn't have seen this. I had surgery 4 weeks ago yesterday. Planned surgery, surgery on my sinuses to get rid of my chronic sinusitis. Everything went well. I had a great doctor's team. Surgery on my sinuses to get rid of my chronic sinusitis. Everything went well. I had a great doctor's team. I had a really wonderful, not a wonderful time in the hospital, but as far as hospitals go and stays in the hospital, it was good. And recovery is going well as well. So I spent a lot of time just lying in bed and sleeping, and then lying in bed and watching Netflix and knitting. And this was interesting because it kind of coincided with something that usually happens to me around this time of the year when the weather gets colder. I get the urge to clear my needles. I usually don't have a ton of works in progress on my needles anymore. But over the past year, a few had accumulated, mostly due to me starting things like sample socks and then knitting one sock and then abandoning the project because I had to knit the next sample sock. So and this was actually a really good, this was really good timing because I didn't want to figure out what I wanted to knit on. I didn't want to swatch. I just wanted to work on things and, kind of have the feeling of getting, probably there's something there of me wanting to have a feeling of getting things done, even though I was lying in a hospital bed or lying in our own very comfy bed. Yeah, capitalist right there for you. So, this is really bugging me, whatever is going on with this camera. I am really sorry about this. I hope it's not bugging you too much. I'm definitely going to change that for the next time. Coming back to the knitting, so I was really glad to have a bunch of projects to just pick up and finish, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And then we're closing with a little sneak peek of something that has come to the Making Stories shop yesterday. Yay! Okay, so I am also going to share with you what I am wearing because a lovely viewer commented on the live unboxing video that they thought it was great, but that I didn't actually talk about what I was wearing. So I'm going to remedy that. I am wearing my Pressed Flowers cardigan. Ta-da! I really, really like this. So this is a project that I worked on over the summer. I think over the summer. Yeah. It is a lovely pattern by Amy Christoffers. You will have seen this pattern, I'm sure, in some way, shape, or form.